Now this is just weird. I've seen horses that sleep standing up. But a Chihuahua? What is the matter with you? How can you sleep like this? You're not even my dog. You live across the street and you snuck in the door. You shouldn't even be in my house in the first place. What a strange world we live in. Look at this. I can't believe this. It's been an hour. You're still sleeping like this. Come on. Wake up, dude. Come on. Hey, YouTube's watching you. You're going to be a star. Unbelievable. Chihuahua. I love Chihuahuas. We're at our car warehouse. Let's go through the front door and see what we've got to drive today. Wow, this is a nice looking car. I was told it was a Korean, but nah, surely can't be. Pretty sharp looking from the side. Nice bright red paint. Pretty sharp from the rear too. Yep, it's Korean, all right. Hyundai Sonata. Who would have guessed? Well, I think we need to take this outside and get a closer look. And I see someone put a nasty note on my garage door saying this is Sarah's warehouse, keep out. Now this is Chad's warehouse. Who's Sarah? Never heard of her. I've got to get this door fixed someday. Letting in all the pigeons. The Korean car manufacturers have come a long way over the past decade. They went to Europe, hired some of the best engineers and stylists from Audi, BMW, Bentley, and gave them a free hand to design new products. And this is the result right here. At least one example. Very nice looking machine. Reasonably priced too. The base Sonata starts around $23,000. This is the limited 1.6 turbo Sonata. Basically it has everything you can get, all one price, no options, which brings us up to $34,000. The base engine is a 2.5 liter, putting out 191 horsepower. Optional is this 1.6 liter turbo. Puts out slightly less horsepower at 180, but far more torque and a broader power band. Fuel economy is rated at 27 in the city, 36 on the highway, with 31 averaging overall. It's hooked to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and I like the shift setup. Instead of a stick, we get simple push buttons. Park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Doesn't take up any room. It's almost impossible to put it in the wrong gear, and you don't have to look at it to operate it. You have the feel. Keep your eyes on the road. This is the design I like, although some car testers don't like this, mainly Consumer Reports, but hey, what do they know, right? If you like to choose gears manually, not a problem. You get paddle shifters on the steering wheel. There's also a drive mode button. You got normal, sport, custom, smart. Take your pick. I like the way the gauge cluster changes when you put the different modes in. Little psychedelic show for you. The climate controls are very simple, easy to operate. I wasn't too happy to find the radio controls are on a touch screen, but it's pretty simple to use, so I'm not going to complain. And here's your navigation. Most of your radio controls will be operated off the steering wheel anyway. Plenty of room in the glove box. Here are all of your charging and gadget ports. You've got room for 2 full-size adults in the second row seating. All the materials workmanship, very nice. But this is the deluxe version though. I haven't been in the base car that sells for $23,000 yet. This is an extra large trunk, and yes, there is a spare tire under there. Some cars you don't get that nowadays. There's an excellent rear view camera system. Also gives a bird's eye view, and there's a camera for the front too. There we go. Front and rear. So you can run over people from the rear, and you can run over them from the front and watch it all in living color. On the key fob, we have a P with an arrow going forward and a P with the arrow going back. It's an automatic parking feature. It allows you to get a car into and out of a parking space without you being in it. Frankly, I haven't figured out how this works yet. I think I had this on a BMW 7 Series once. We usually don't test gadgets on my video. If we get some time, I'll figure out how it works and demonstrate it, but otherwise, let's move on to more practical items. We'll start by taking these headlights out in the dark and see how they perform. We have 4 bulbs in each lamp for a total of 8, so I'm expecting some good results here. Well, it's dark enough. Let's take these headlights out and see what they do. Interesting. The edge of the hood lights up too, huh? Alright. By the way, we've got a rather nice camera system here. Large and good quality. That's the rear. And on the side is from above. Now put drive. That's the camera in front. Must be a dead bug blocking that. And here we have the headlights on the building 100 feet away on low beam. Very impressive. Good height, good brightness, good widespread. Go to high beam. Pretty potent in the middle. And here we have the brights on the building 300 feet away. Great illumination, good height, good spread, good power. No complaints here. Go to low beam. Actually reaches out all the way. I guess out of 1 to 100, I'd give these headlights 100 for sure. They definitely did their homework on this. But I'm beginning to think they did their homework on the entire car, because I'm really impressed thus far. I think I'm going to like this one. The first half of the video, show and tell, is over. Second half, we're going to go out and do some driving and rack up some miles and get some fuel economy figures. The power steering is quick and responsive. Feels a bit heavier if you put it in the sport mode. Adequate enough. As you do in all of our videos, we're going to take some mild speed bumps around 20 miles per hour to evaluate the suspension performance on impact. Here comes bump number 1. Heard it but didn't feel it. Bump number 2. Very comfortable. Number 3. Here comes the nasty one. Let's see what happens here. Heard it but didn't feel anything. Overall, this is a pretty good suspension. And just for reference, all of our driving will be in the normal mode unless I say otherwise. This isn't the most powerful engine I've ever had in a sedan, but the power band is very broad and lots of torque in the bottom end and excellent throttle response. Let's drop it in the sport mode and do a 0 to 60 run. Certainly eager enough. Very smooth, quiet engine too. Nice brakes. This is an excellent car for daily commuting. It's smooth, comfortable, quiet, nice driving position. Plenty of bottom end power. If we really get the clean fuel economy, it's going to be better. We'll take this out tomorrow morning and take a long highway trip. Our goal was to put 300 miles on this car and then give it back, but I'm enjoying driving it so much, I decided to put 440 miles, and I think I'm just going to add some more on top of that. And since we just filled the gas tank, I guess we're committed. When this vehicle was delivered, it showed 29 miles to the gallon, but I have no idea how they were driving. I assume that's freeway. We're going to reset to 0, take a highway trip, see what I get. And for now, we'll be driving in the normal mode, which I guess is better than the abnormal mode. This vehicle has a Super Cruise feature. That means the car can drive itself on the freeway at a push of a button. Controls the steering so you don't have to. As you can see, my hands are not on the wheel. The system works, but I really don't get the point. What are we supposed to do with our hands while we're driving? I guess I could read the latest issue of Car and Driver. Or I could set the alarm clock and take a little 10-minute snooze. If you like this type of gadgetry, go for it. Not really for me. Getting back to the vehicle itself, there's a lot of wind noise outside, but the cabin's well insulated. You really don't hear it. Although with this cheap microphone in the camera, it probably sounds worse than it is. And the ride is very comfortable. There is some thumping from the wheels. But other than that, pretty smooth. This is a pretty nice vehicle for long highway trips. These are pretty good seats as well. Comfortable enough. Well, here we go. 114 miles, 34.6 mpg. Not bad considering I was doing all this passing from the slowpokes that were blocking my way. I'm very impressed. I'm not impressed with another feature. If you turn off all the safety nannies, you get some warning lights on the dash, which is fine, but they're orange. The same color as a check engine light. Not a very good idea. That means you're driving along, you keep looking down thinking the check engine light is on. If you start ignoring it, you might not see the check engine light. They need to be a different color. Someone's not paying attention. Or there is one feature I do like. When you turn on the left turn signal, the camera activates on the dash, showing you what's in the left lane. I can live with that. Well, looks like we have a camera for the right turn signal too. Left and right. Pretty neat. We're going to have around 800 miles on the clock by the time we give this back tomorrow. In the meantime, out of 676.5 miles, we averaged 29.4 mpg. I certainly can't complain about that. So what's my take on this Hyundai after a week of driving? I can live without some of the gadgets on here, but the vehicle itself I'm very impressed with. Smooth, quiet, reliable, excellent fuel economy, reasonable price, long warranty. Very nice styling too. Got a lot of compliments. This is a very nice car. That's why I put a lot of miles on it, and I hate giving it back. Like I said in the video earlier, the Koreans have come a long way in the car industry in the past few years, and it really shows on this vehicle. If you're shopping for a sedan in this price range, give it a test drive. I think you'll be impressed too. In the meantime, here's some links to other vehicles we've driven. Just click and watch.